Welcome back to the KIX 96.5 morning show. It's Thursday, October 18th, 8:03 on your Thursday morning. Man, we love featuring new artists on the show. And today, here's definitely one you need to know about. We're heading to Tennessee to chat with singer-songwriter Maggie Baugh. Maggie just released her debut album called Dear Me, along with a video for every single song. She signed her first record deal at the age of 16. She has over 600,000 fans on social media. 600,000! Get ready. We're excited to chat with Maggie Baugh. Maggie, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Good morning. How are you?
Excellent. Wow. Well, first, you just performed at the Out of Darkness Walk in Chattanooga, Tennessee. That's one of those heart-wrenchers, feel-good moments. How did it go?
Oh, my gosh. It was beautiful. The ceremony was fantastic. It's just so cool to be able to have everyone come together for the same cause and just be there in such a room full of love and light.
Yeah, for sure. Great cause. But, I mean, congratulations on Dear Me.
Thank you.
I mean, this thing is impressive. Climbing up the charts. I mean, are you shocked? What?
Oh, my gosh. I can't believe it that I finally have a debut album out right now. It's like 14 songs. Holy cow.
Yeah, 14 songs. This has been a roller coaster. I was watching an interview with you. I think you were 16. You just signed your first recording contract. I mean, this was 6-7 years ago. So what happened? I mean, it had to have been up and down.
I mean, of course, just like any job, just like any career, things are up and down. I was super young. I had some growing up to do. But I'm 110% independent right now. Yeah.
And then after that, after you sign a record deal, your debut album comes out and you're independent.
Yes.
So, I mean, just weird things about the music industry.
Of course, but it's such an exciting time to be an independent artist because I really feel like people are really making waves and getting used to the fact that we can do things without record labels. That really wasn't the case before. So it's really exciting to kind of just be like, you know what, let's try to see what rules we could bend or rules that we can break and kind of make our own waves.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about it all the time with independent artists. How much do you need a record label? And you're proving it right now that you don't. I mean,
well, thanks.
I mean, your social media following is just amazing. We'll talk about that. But what cruise ships? You mentioned that you were performing on cruise ships when you were younger. How did that happen?
So my dad got tickets to a thing called Country Cruisin', which Neil McCoy was performing on, and it was a country music festival on a cruise. And I actually just got tickets as a normal passenger, brought my little fiddle when I was like 14 or something, and I just walked around the hallways and carried it and just performed, basically busked in the hallways on the stairwells until the cruise people were like, you know what, maybe we'll just hire you to perform like as an actual artist next year. So I got hired 3 more times each year to perform as an artist on the boat.
I mean, that's impressive. I mean, she's very talented. Well, playing guitar, you're just shredding. How long have you been playing guitar?
Oh, Lord. I want to say like 12 years. Yes. 11 years. How old am I? 10 years. Lord, I have to do math.
Yeah, because how old are you right now?
I'm 23.
Yeah, that's what I figured. You had to be around 23, 24 years old. So you've been playing guitar for half of your life. I mean, Are all of the guitar work on the new album, is that you?
That's me and my producer.
Okay. Because there's a couple of clips, if you go to her TikTok, you're practicing some of the solos that are on the album. I mean,
it's just, so the album, my producer and I, we played 95% of the instruments. We produced it, mixed it, and engineered it ourselves. So it was very much just me and him collaborating, and then we outsourced maybe like a piano or like a pedal steel if we couldn't take it.
Yeah. Well, and producing, I mean, you're also a very talented producer. When did this start?
I would say kind of in the last year and a half when I started producing the record. There was a lot of dates that my producer couldn't do, and of course, if you know me, I'm kind of like, well, if you can't do it, then I'll do it. mindset all the time about everything. So I picked up a little bit of engineering and producing skills on Pro Tools as well as vocal engineering. So a lot of the songs on the album I actually vocal engineered myself, meaning I was the only person in the room punching me in and recording my own vocals.
Yeah, it's very impressive. You go and watch some of her videos. Where are you recording these, or where are you doing this producing? Because there's like 800 guitars in the room.
So it really depends. So some of them are at my producer's house in Nashville, but actually a huge portion of the album actually got mixed and tracked in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. We decided to go down there to a really awesome spot called East Avalon Recorders. Charles Holloman is such a sweetheart, and we kind of just wanted to get out of the Nashville norm. You know, we kind of just wanted to have a studio to ourselves all day to be able to really experiment with sounds and get excited about the music, instead of having like a time where we're like, oh, you can only do 3 hours and you're done. You know, we were really fortunate to be able to have multiple weekends down there, just to spark the creativity and really find the sounds. So yeah, we recorded a lot of it down in Alabama, but some of the vocals we actually recorded in Joshua Tree, California. I went out there last year in April for the NAMM show. I got flown out there to perform at the Kaiser Musical Products booth, and I've never been out that way to California, so I was like, you know what, let's do some stuff in Joshua Tree, and we were there, and 5 of the vocals on the record, we actually brought our own little mini recording studio. So we just hung out in the middle of the desert and just recorded some vocals on like a little mic and an interface and a laptop.
Yeah, incredible. Go and check her out. Maggie Baugh, it's BAUGH.com. She's on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Go and check out her brand new album. Her debut album, Dear Me, is out now. Even on YouTube. I mean, your videos are just incredible. The Finish the Lick. Whose idea was this?
Mine.
It's awesome. She finishes the lick. Where do you get the songs? Who gets the ideas? What?
So a lot of it has to do with like songs that either like I'm obsessed with or something that I heard like on the radio a few days ago. It really depends. So I'm actually going to be doing a lot of more Finish the Lick of my album. I think I just posted one on TikTok yesterday. I'll be posting one on the same one on Instagram today about the Finish the Lick for my album. So make sure you go check it out.
Yeah, definitely go and check her out on all of her social media. She's got 200,000 followers on Facebook, over 300,000 on TikTok, 36,000 subscribers on YouTube. What's your magic, Maggie? How have you been able to do it?
Oh, my Lord. I would say I just love people. I love humans. I just love being able to meet people and connect with my fans. So I guess that's the secret, you know? If you just love humans and you love people, then it's super easy to be able to connect with them even on social media.
Well, and even the interview I saw when you were 16, you were interacting with people then.
Yeah, nothing's changed.
Because you made like a funny comment. You said, I don't know if you were homeschooled or what, but you said, I don't have any friends, so they're all online.
No, I was not homeschooled. I went to public school all the way up until I didn't go to college, so I graduated high school normal.
Yeah. And then been performing ever since.
Yep.
How is it?
My friend.
I mean, Halfway to Go, which we just played, you wrote that with 2 other artists. You said you wrote it in an hour.
Yes. I wrote it with my friends Tyler Bank and Elena Jones, which are great songwriters in town. They actually have multiple different cuts on my record right now. I want to say they have like 4 or 5. But yeah, so Halfway to Go is actually my journey about the music industry. You know, I've never written my own 10-year town song, and I'm actually 5 years into a 10-year town, which means I'm halfway there and got halfway to go. And it's been ups and downs, and a lot of times you think you just want to turn around and start over or go back to the beginning, but you know, you're stuck because it will take the same amount of time to turn around than it will to keep going forward. So I think that was a really important song to add to the album.
Yeah, it's great. And I mean, most of these songs are personal.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, most of them about your life. How many did you co-write, and how many are just all on your own?
I co-wrote all of them.
Oh, okay. So every one of them you wrote with somebody else. Looking at the Sky, tell us about that song.
So Looking at the Sky is actually about my grandfather who passed away when I was 10 years old, 11 years old. He was actually one of the first people who ever told me that I should just go with music and completely just fall in love with it and not let anything stop me. And I never really wrote a song about him. I never really released a song about him. So I thought I was just in the writing room one day and I was just really feeling his presence. And I was like, you know what? I've always had this song title where it's like, if you ever catch me looking up at the sky, I'm not just sitting there wondering if it's going to rain. I was like, I'm really thinking about this person who's on the other side, wherever they may be.
Yeah, it's a great song. Go and check out her debut album. It's out now. It's Dear Me. It's Maggie Baugh. It's Baugh, right? Baugh?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, MaggieBaugh.com. She's on Instagram, Facebook. Go and check out her TikTok. She's got all kinds of videos. She's got all kinds of stuff all about her songs, everything. The vinyl tour, you're hitting the road, sponsored by Taylor Guitars. Are you sponsored by Taylor Guitars?
Yes, I've been sponsored by them for years. They are the best.
Yeah, and they're doing the tour. Is this tour just you? Is it a band? What's happening?
So my debut album is actually getting printed on vinyl. It's my very first printed vinyl I've ever had.
Sweet.
Thanks. And I thought it'd be so much fun to just kind of do like pop-up acoustic shows at some record shops around the U.S. It's kind of just the mentality of going back and selling records out of a trunk, doing the old rock and roll thing, where it's really about the music and just the hustling and the grinding of just trying to make things happen. So to answer your question, it'll just be me. Just doing some pop-up acoustic shows. I'll probably play for like 20, 30 minutes, hang out at the shop, sell some vinyls, and meet some fans. Yeah.
Are you into vinyl?
I am starting to get into it. So I'm not trying to date myself, but I was born in 2000. So, I feel like a lot of things where I grew up on, it's so funny. Like, people always ask me, they're like, did you grow up on country music? I was like, no, I actually grew up on classical music because I'm a classical violinist. Not so much now. I would say I'm more of a fiddle player. But I actually grew up on classical music, and I didn't really realize that I wanted to be a country artist until like 2013. And that's kind of like when Chicken Fried by Zac Brown came out.
Yeah.
So I always make jokes that I actually grew up on Chicken Fried by Zac Brown.
She's a product of Chicken Fried.
Yeah, hilarious. And it kind of took me a little bit to kind of get integrating and but I love CDs. I have a CD collection. I think vinyls are so special. I have a vinyl record player. I have a few. So yeah, I would say that I'm kind of getting into vinyls more than normal, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm old, and I had vinyl when I was a kid, and then I didn't, and then like during COVID, I got back into vinyl. So now I'm buying more records, which is kind of cool. We have an artist, Gord Bamford, who's huge in Canada. He's got a song called Fire It Up, which we love on the show. You have a song called Fire It Up, which is like 6 years old.
I got to delete that from everywhere.
You got to get rid of that song. But it still even has kind of a little bit of a country flair to it.
Yeah, I wrote that when I was 17 years old, recorded it when I was 18, and put it out when I was 19.
Wow. Yeah, so go check it out. It's Fire It Up by Maggie Baugh. Where are we going? What's the next step after this album and the vinyl tour? Where do we go from here?
Well, that's a good question. I would say that I'm still trying to brainstorm. I got some tour dates actually already on the books for next year. I'm going to be in Maryland March 8th. I'll be in California both in January and April. I think I'm going to be in South Carolina in April as well. So I'm actually booking a tour for 2024. So follow me everywhere, and hopefully I'll make it out your way. And then I would say just keep putting out music, just keep trying to connect with my fans, keep putting out videos, and keep trying to make things happen.
Yeah, I mean, you are very busy. You made a video for 14 tracks. Every track has a video.
Yep.
How long did this take you?
Well, some of the songs actually were released prior to last Friday. A lot of them I've released in January, so that was really easy, being able to have, one song come out every month. But actually, a few weeks ago, while I was in the middle of my tour, this is when I had the idea for it. I was like, how cool would it be to release a video for every single song on the album? So it would have been eight or nine more songs, not including the ones that already came out with videos. So I kind of just had the idea, called a videographer, and we knocked them out in 3 days.
Wow. It's it's impressive. Everything that she has done with all your social media, the music videos, the album, the producing. You make it look so easy on your producing videos. It's scary when you're doing the loops and the guitaring, the everything. It's great, Maggie. I applaud you.
Thank you so much.
Because I've done some producing, and you make it. I was like, wow, she makes this seem really easy.
Oh, Lord. Well, I'm really glad that's how it looks, because it takes me a little bit.
Yeah, I was like, it takes her a lot longer than what's happening on
100%.
on these videos. So go and check her out. Go and watch the videos. Go to her TikTok. Go to Instagram. Go everywhere, and you can check her out. Maggie Baugh, Baugh. Dear Me, the title track, the video, it's all out right now. Tell us a little bit about the song.
So Dear Me is actually about my own mental health journey. I got accepted into a fine arts school when I was 12 years old into an orchestra program. So at this point, I really never sang, songwritten, or even listened to country music. But it wasn't until, I would say, halfway through that schooling program that I actually started getting bullied and harassed at school, and almost took my own life because of it. And that's when I started singing and songwriting and turning to country music and turning to lyrics to really cope with what I was going through. And then it kind of evolved into me being an artist. But I really wanted my hard work in the music to kind of speak for itself, not me preaching about mental health. But it wasn't until this past year where I was like, you know what, if I'm putting out a debut album, I think it's really important to share my story. And I finally felt like it was the right time. I kind of established a name for myself, and I was like, you know what, I think this is the right time to really let people in and kind of open up and be like, no, I wasn't singing Shania Twain in my hairbrush. This is how I became who I am. And I'm really grateful that the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention was lucky enough to let us use their logo and the helpline number at the end of the music video. I've performed at a few of their events last year, even before my album was an idea and the song was born. So I've already been integrated kind of into that program and into that foundation. But I'm just very, very grateful that they decided to also just continue with the support. So like we said before, I performed at the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention Walk in Chattanooga. Yeah. I actually think I'll be performing at the same one, but in Memphis this Sunday. So if you're in Memphis, come on out. But yeah, so that's what the song is about. It's about my own mental health journey. We all go through our ups and downs, and I think it's just really important to know that there's help and you're never alone.
Oh, way to go, Maggie. What an inspiration. Thank you. Bullying, has that been motivation too, to give them a middle finger? Or?
Yeah, honestly, I'm like, look at me now.
Exactly. Look at her go. Dear Me, it's out now. It's awesome. 14 amazing songs. Your voice. Who do you think you sound like?
Oh my gosh. I feel like maybe I don't know. Maybe sometimes I feel like I sound like Jennifer Nettles, and then I'm like, maybe not. So I'm honestly curious to hear what you think.
Well, that's what I'm sitting there listening. I'm like, your voice sounds so familiar, but yet it's different. It's unique. Exactly. It's perfect. It's amazing. You can sing, Maggie. It's great. Go and check it out. Dear Me, it's an amazing album. It's out now, and the sky's the limit for this young lady, that's for sure. And you can tell everybody you heard her here first. Maggie, thanks so much for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. I got to get out that way.
Exactly. Have you been to Wyoming or Colorado or Montana or anything?
So I went to Montana last year when I opened for Home Free, but I only went to a few cities. I would really love to come down to your way.
Yeah, because Home Free, are you still with them?
No, I'm not. My last tour ended with them in April.
Okay. Because, what were you? Just part of the band or part of the performance? Or what?
I actually opened up for them.
Okay, so you were on your own.
Yeah, I just a little acoustic set, 20, 30 minutes, and then they came on and performed.
Yeah, so if you ever saw Home Free, Maggie was the opener, and you didn't even know. So.
Yeah, I know. Boom, there we go.
There you go. Go check it out. Dear Me, it's out now. Here is the title cut, Dear Me. Maggie, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you so much.